Oh yeah, back in Southern California and back at Universal Studios Hollywood to kick it off. It's a nice day today. It's a little cloudy, a little overcast, but it's all right. It's all right. People are dropping things in the background behind me. It's pretty crazy. I think they're just celebrating my return to Southern California. And also keep in mind that Fan Fest Nights is coming to Universal Studios. Select nights April 25th through May 18th. Oh yeah, there's gonna be a lot of IP. And this is pretty exciting because this is the first time that Universal's ever done this. So I am really curious to see how this all plays out. I think it's gonna be very, very popular. So I'll be keeping an eye on it. And before I forget, hello everyone, my name is Dylan and thank you so much for tuning back in to another theme park obsession video. Yeah, it's nice to be back at Universal Studios Hollywood. There's so much going on here, especially with the Fast and the Furious roller coaster. And that's what we're mainly gonna be talking about today. I'm gonna have another Universal video covering some Wicked stuff because there's a bunch of Wicked stuff coming to the park. But for today's video, it's gonna be a lot of roller coaster information, which is exciting because yeah, they've been putting up some new track pieces, some new support columns. It's just a bunch of stuff. So how about you and I dive right in. And look at this right up here where I do my intros and outros. They're starting to deck everything out for the holidays. Darn you, Christmas, get out of here. But King Kong has not received his holiday overlay just yet. I still think they're putting up a bunch of stuff throughout CityWalk because the holidays don't kick off until later on in November. Yeah, Universal's not like Disney where they just immediately go into it right after Halloween Horror Nights. They wait a few days. Now on this side of CityWalk, closest to the theme park entrance, it does look like all of the decorations are put up. Looking nice. And once again, the Hello Kitty Cafe is stacked this morning. My goodness. Yeah, they're making so much money here. Oh, and check this out. The Universal Studios store here is all decked out for the holidays as well. They're ready for Grinchmas. I really enjoy Grinchmas, but my one big thing about it is I wish it was bigger. I feel like the event is not big enough and we need more of it because it's really cool. And after a few minutes, I finally made it in the park. Yeah, the fingerprint scanners were giving everyone a hard time today. I hope Universal swaps those out for the facial ones like they have in Orlando. And if you couldn't already tell, it is busy today in the park. Now going back to Grinchmas really quick, they are setting up in the plaza. And over here at the Parisian Courtyard, yeah, they're taking down Monstros 2. That was a good haunted house. I really liked it. I'm glad they made a sequel of the first one. But they are taking it down like I was saying, and it should be down in time for the Grinchmas celebration, so you'll be able to sit in this area once again. Over here at Fast and the Furious, they've put the catwalks back up, so that's nice. And yeah, just work progresses on the main show building and maintenance area. It's such a huge structure, it really is. I say that every single time I'm here. But we're gonna come back to this in a little bit. We're gonna head over to the Lookout to see what's new over there. Oh, here on French Street, all the decorations are put away until next year. Now, as far as the Lookout is concerned, there really isn't too many changes as far as track work is concerned, but we are seeing a lot more rebar go in and some concrete work being prepped. So in that department, there's a lot going on, especially closest to the firehouse. It looks to be another massive retaining wall, which makes sense because this ride's gonna have a lot of them, especially because of the sound dampening. They wanna do as much as they can to mitigate the noise coming from this ride. But yeah, in the main section of the layout, not too much happening as far as track work and support columns. But when you look off into the distance, that's when you start to see some new work happening closest to the escalator, and it looks like we have a lot of track work going on over there. And then as far as the main show building and maintenance structure, yeah, there's really not much to see on the outside because it's all covered up with scrim, but they are adding little bits and pieces here and there. The untrained eye won't find too many of them, but they are adding stuff every single week. And eventually, like I've been saying, the building will be completely enclosed and we won't be able to see much of anything on the inside. It's already getting pretty difficult to see the inside of this structure. So I only give it maybe a couple of months and this thing will be ready to go, because remember, I have a feeling that Universal is trying to finish this part as much as they can in order to not have to deal with the rainy weather that usually hits Southern California around January, February. So I would assume that's the goal right now, and then they'll move on to the rest of the coaster later. But moving closest to the escalator side, look at this. Some more track has shown up on this element, and boy, oh boy, just like I suspected, the forces coming through this turn are gonna be really intense because this is sharp. We're going over the escalator and then really sharp turn down underneath it, and oh man, that is going to be incredible right there. You're going to be hauling butt down this too, because remember, we're going to launch up into this and then obviously pick up some speed going down the hill. Oh, that looks so cool. I can't wait for them to top it off over in this section. And then going over to the other side over here, wow, look at the progress and the track work. That is incredible looking. You know, I've seen this online, been in Florida, and I've been seeing some updates, but this is my first time seeing it in person, and I gotta say, this is killer. Wow, look at that last element right into the brake run. That is gonna be incredible. And it does look very similar to the roll that is on Velocicoaster, that kind of heartline, inline twist kind of inversion right before the brake run on Velocicoaster. This looks to be the same sort of inversion. It looks very similar. So if this is gonna be the same feeling as that roll on Velocicoaster, y'all, you are not ready for what that inversion is gonna give you. If this is the same exact one, oh my God, this thing is gonna be, I will be here every morning to ride this. Like, no joke, I will use my pass as much as I can to get rides on this, because if this inversion is the same as the one on Velocicoasters, we are in for an incredible treat. Yeah, it's not quite heartline, it's again, more like an inline twist, which, I mean, they're both incredible elements, but man, oh man, this is awesome. What a great way to end the layout, right into that, into that inversion, and then boom, right into the brake run. You're gonna need a cigarette after that. Now, in addition to the amazing inversion, they have some support columns up that will eventually connect the track to this piece over here, over the escalator. I know it is really funny, especially knowing that we're gonna be going through this inversion at like probably 50 miles an hour. But oh my goodness. And also, one thing to remember with this, if it feels like Velocicoaster, one, we already have a winner on our hands, but we are gonna be spinning on top of that. We're gonna be doing a controlled spin probably through this inversion. Wow, that is gonna be, this is a top tier roller coaster already. I think this is top 10 easily on my list. If this is gonna be a similar sensation to Velocicoaster, top 10. And just another view of the project and the elements going in. Yeah, again, that inversion is sick. Heck yeah. And here in California, we don't have too many spinning roller coasters like this. I mean, I don't think there's anything like this in Southern California, let alone this entire state. So this is going to be really unique. The only spinning roller coaster that we have is Sierra Sidewinder, and this is not even the same thing. This is a controlled spin like Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind at Epcot. And on top of that, it's a massive thrill coaster. This isn't, it's just some baby ride. You know, this is intense. And the layout is massive. It spans like half of the park right here. We start over here, work our way down over here, all the way over to the firehouse, then back up to this area, and then into the brake run. Yeah, it's a pretty lengthy roller coaster. And you can see off in the distance over here, and again, not much work going on except for the retaining wall work and whatever's going on here. Could be another 900-foot tall roller coaster, you never know. But yeah, it's just a lot of concrete work right now, and eventually we'll start to see some track work. I think they're just gonna try to finish all the track work over here first and then move on to this part of the layout, because we don't even see track work over by the firehouse. But hey, you never know. I'm not the project manager, so I have no clue what's going on here. And if you've noticed, there isn't anybody on site today working on the coaster, even though it is a Monday. And that's because at the time of making this video, it is a holiday, so they'll resume work tomorrow on Tuesday. And I'll probably be back sometime next week, because I do want to see some more progress. I don't want to just make a video every single day. And there's going to be some people that do, but I just like to give it some time here on the channel so we can talk about it a little bit more. Also, that structure right there seems to have gotten its roof, and then eventually it'll get to the point where it'll look very similar to the main structure at the top deck. And I'm thinking this is part of the queue. If not, then maybe it's just some show element for the coaster, because remember, the coaster kind of goes right through it. And maybe if we're lucky, we'll see even more show elements throughout the layout here, so it's not just kind of plain Jane. Now let's move on from the coaster really quickly. I want to talk about this over here, because there's some developments happening right next to the Mummy queue. And shout out to Dead Exposure down there. I miss you. I miss you, Dead Exposure. That was a lot of fun. But there's some work walls down there. You can kind of see off in the distance. We'll get a little closer so I can see, obviously get a better view. But big question marks over here. There's been a lot of rumors circulating online, and you know me, I don't really talk about rumors too much. But remember, a long time ago in this area, the tram loading and unloading was down here. For those that do remember old school Universal Studios Hollywood, you used to get on the tram down here, and that changed and it kind of went back and forth, but now it's up in the upper lot. But the rumor on the street is that they're gonna bring back the studio tour entrance down over here. Now, again, that's all rumors and speculation. It's all just BS until the park officially says something. But another thing that's interesting is look at this over here. We have a piece of equipment that has shown up. Now, I'm not seeing any markers on the hillside or anything. Anything that, well, hold on. There's actually some orange markings over there. So there's our first sign. Well, actually, our second sign that something's going on the hillside because we have the equipment over there. Some markings right here. I'm not really seeing anything underneath the escalator. They're down over here. Yeah, I don't see anything just yet. I'm gonna get one more vantage point closest to Mummy, but very interesting. Oh, wait, no. These trees are tagged. If we see more trees being tagged and more spray paint on the ground, very similar to what we've seen over for Fast and the Furious, this hill is gonna be graded 1,000%. They're gonna knock this hill down. They're gonna probably shave it back. I mean, if that's what they're doing. Oh yeah, look at this. Yeah, there is a lot of work happening down over here, and it's all for a big mystery project. This might be either very small, like something just, you know, utility work, or it could be a massive cotton candy stand. And I'm keeping my fingers crossed for a giant cotton candy stand because I've been wanting Universal to build a cotton candy stand that's the size of this hillside for the longest time. And you know, this is one thing I really love about Universal Studios is they just don't stop. They keep going. You know, they're already working on one project. You know, what the heck is this? I mean, and if it's something large, maybe another attraction or whatever, infrastructure work for the theme park, I mean, shout out to Universal for just not stopping. I love to see it, and I wish other theme park companies would follow suit. It's like, yeah, just spend the money. Come on, you guys have it. Why not use it? Let's just keep spending the money. Let's keep improving the park and the guest experience. And, you know, even if it's just park infrastructure stuff, it helps long-term for park operations and stuff. But this is very, very interesting. Work walls everywhere, markers on the trees, equipment on the hillside. Yeah, this could be something very, very cool. Or again, it could just be maybe a new sprinkler system. Yeah, I have a feeling since the trees are marked up there, they might be doing some more grading. When they did the geological survey on the side of the hill, they probably did it down here as well. Because remember, a long time ago, they had guys, you know, on the side of the hill over where the coaster's being built, just kind of surveying the land, making sure that the structure is going to be fine and the thing's not going to slide down the hill. They might have done the same thing over here and said, you know what, we probably have to grade this side as well. So that's probably what they're going to do. You can see they've already, these steel pieces were up a long time ago, and it's just to pretty much reinforce the hill. But I think long term, they got to go in and really spend some cash to make sure that, yeah, this side of the theme park doesn't slide down into Mummy. Made it back up to the secondary landing here. And yeah, there's a gentleman that's walking in between these two sections of trees with some sort of equipment. Kind of looks like a metal detector that you find someone using at the beach or something. Yeah, this is exciting. I mean, again, I'm really holding out for the cotton candy stand. Universal, if you're watching, please give me a giant cotton candy stand. I've been holding out for it for years. Look at this, another crew member walking with some spray paint down over here by the bushes. Oh, there's a third person now. There's 3 people on site. I was actually not expecting anybody today because of the holiday, but it looks like they're all focusing their attention on this side of the hill. Wow. Okay, so we can have some serious stuff going on over here. I'll be keeping an eye on it every single week, y'all. You can count on me to make sure I give you the latest from Universal Studios Hollywood. Cotton Candy Stand Watch 2024. Okay, made it back up to my usual spot where I check out the Halloween Horror Nights maze, but you can see right here more spray paint has shown up. At least either it just showed up or I am just now noticing it. And in addition to the markings over there, we have some more around this utility section. You see the red markings that kind of surround it. I'm not seeing any more tree markings, at least from this vantage point. There's probably more, I just can't see them just yet. There's some more spray paint through the trees right there. Well, I'm gonna be keeping an eye on this every single week that I'm here now because, yeah, this gentleman's walking over in this section. So I'm wondering how large of space they're looking at here. Because if it's the entire side of the hill, then, oh yeah, there's plenty of room for not just one attraction, but for multiple attractions if they want to do that. Or some serious changes down over here next to Mummy if they want to shave this hill back because I think that's what they're going to do. I think they're just going to try to shave it back, put a big giant retaining wall here, and kind of expand the street down there. Because remember, like I was saying when I was up here before, the studio tour entrance used to be down there a long time ago. Maybe they're bringing that back. That'd be kind of cool, which would then free up some space over by Harry Potter if they want to expand in that direction. Again, Universal is just not stopping with any of this work, and they just continue to kind of surprise us all really every single year with how quickly they start another project and how ambitious they really are with things. So yeah, this is a head scratcher for right now, and I'll be keeping an eye on it. Well, that pretty much does it for the coaster and the mystery project. I'm gonna slowly make my way out of the park. We'll wrap things up. Now, really quickly, I wanted to stop into the Universal Studios store because I know some of you like to see what kind of new merchandise they have, and I feel like they have some Grinchmas stuff showing up. If not, I'll just keep checking back. Ooh, there you go. You can wear your Fast and the Furious hoodie on the Fast and Furious roller coaster. Ooh, and look at this. We do have some merch available, and I'm sure just like the Halloween Horror Nights drop, as we get closer to the start of the event, they'll push out even more. But there you go. You can grab some plush, grab a Cat in the Hat mug, and you can pick up a nice backpack. I think it's a Loungefly backpack. It is, yeah, Grinch Loungefly backpack. That's pretty awesome. How much is this? 400 million. This is $82 for the Loungefly. Ooh, here you go. 12 days of socks. Well, heck yeah. And the Stanley craze is still happening, just the specialty cup thing in general is happening. I'm not one to get excited about cups, but hey, there's a lot of people that do, and hey, if you want a Grinchmas one, well, they have you covered because they have one that says Dashing Through the Nope. Oh, this is totally going to be me on Thanksgiving. I'm known to throw it down pretty crazy on Thanksgiving. I don't mess around. And they have some Spirit jerseys available for you. These I think are like $80. Very similar to the Disneyland. Oh no, $55 for this. Dang, there you go. Get the Grinch Spirit jersey for $55. Now, is this one $55 as well? Nope, this one is $80. Let's see what's on the back here. So we got the Grinch on the front. And we have Max right there, and then bam, Merry Grinchmas. And then if you want, you could team it up with the headband and some scrunchies. And we have some more stuff over here in the center. We don't have any candles or anything just yet, but I'm assuming very, very soon they're going to drop the candles, and hopefully they smell good, because I really wasn't a fan of a lot of the Halloween Horror Nights ones. The Ghostbusters one smelled really good. Another mug here. It's cute. Then we have a bunch of Grinch stuff over here. We have t-shirts, plush, hats, and gloves, and scarves. And we even have some PJs. Oh, I was wondering where my size was. Yeah, give it a couple more weeks, and I'm sure a bunch of stuff will drop when it comes to the Grinchmas merchandise. It usually does. It usually happens, and they have like this whole section all dedicated to Grinchmas. So I'll be keeping an eye on that, but in the meantime, they do have some stuff available. Well, with that, I think that's going to do it for today's video from Universal Studios Hollywood. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can let me know by smashing the thumbs up button. If you're new to the channel and you love these updates from Universal or some of your other favorite theme parks, well, you should consider subscribing, because I have brand new videos every single week that you won't want to miss out on. Also, be sure to check out my Instagram account and X account. Those links will be down below in the description. But until the next video, I hope you have a beautiful day, morning, evening, whatever it is. And I'll see you next time in the parks. Bye.